Um, the overwhelming majority of beef out there right now is in the choice grade. So that's the better section. And within the choice grade, we have the upper two tiers choice categories where we can add a little bit more value to those carcasses. This is where brands like the Certified Angus Beef brand, Sterling Silver, Chairman's Reserve, Swift 1855, etc., have really capitalized on that difference that occurs halfway through the marbling standards within the choice grade itself. And so we're reaching a level of palatability that is noticeable by those who are eating the meat, and so we can add a little bit more value to the carcass. And usually, if the packer has it set up, usually that pays more to the producer, to the farmer, the rancher, the feeder. And then we get into the prime category. And prime is the best level of marbling that we can achieve in the United States right now. It's definitely not the minimum amount of or the most amount of marbling that can be achieved out there. You know, we have the Wagyu type cattle that can really reach extremely high levels of marbling, and we end up getting more into the Japanese grading system to partition those different levels of marbling. But the reality is that U.S. beef at a prime level really satisfies. It's somewhere in the 10 to 12% of the mix right now that we're producing prime beef, which is pretty darn cool. That we haven't seen numbers like that, as far as I can tell, ever in the history of the United States. So it's really neat to see those levels of marbling that we're achieving right now. And the way that that happens really is twofold. Better management, good feeding practices, good handling practices, but then the animal has to be predisposed to achieving those levels of higher marbling. So that's a genetic potential. And I really applaud our farmers and ranchers for focusing on that because it's good for them and it's good for the consumer.